Bechira. The Rabbeinu Yonah explains to us that in Shar Shlishi, when he's discussing a lot of milos and mitzvahs, one of the mitzvahs that the right thing to do is Bechira. It's crazy. How could it be a mitzvah to choose? Whether or not you want to do a mitzvah, that is choosing. So you're basically telling me that I have the ability to choose to choose. You guys got that? You could choose to choose. So he answers, Bechira isn't the back and forth between running away from pain and running towards pleasure. A muscle. There's a child. He sees the cookie jar at top of the drawers. He goes, climbs up on the counter, and he reaches up, and then he eats one after another after another. Eventually, the mother comes over to him and says, "If you're gonna do that again, I'm gonna hit you. You're gonna slap you." And so this isn't modern day parenting where it's just like a threat. Like, this is a Hungarian mother. She's gonna mean what she's gonna say. And then the kid is an alta kid. He's not gonna be like, hit me. No, he's not afraid. He's not afraid. When he thinks about getting a cookie the next time, is that Bechira? Does he choosing that? I'm not gonna get a cookie. No, the pain of getting the slap is not worth the pleasure of getting the cookie. This is not Bechira. And same thing applies to us. Whether we make these decisions, is it worth when you're nogeh b'davar? Is it worth getting it? That's not Bechira. So what is it? Simply adding the element of right now. What is the avodah? What is right now the avodah Hashem? Now, if you decide to go through or not with what the avodah Hashem is, that's another mitzvah. But I'm saying the fact once you put in that question, that in itself is a mitzvah. Whether or not you go further than that, it's a different scenario. So how do people stay consistently be able to add this question into them, and consistently tell themselves what is the avodah right now? What's the Ratzon Hashem? Because we see that the most consistent thing that people are, telling this earlier, that people are so consistent with who they believe that they are. In the beginning of this month, in the program, Rabbi said, why doesn't he go by the action? Because once he gets the title, it's as if he has already did it, because he's going to obtain whatever Ben Torah does, and that includes killing somebody. I have a strange hobby that big highlight of mine. When I'm going my way to Azman, I go to the airport, and the first security checkpoint, they come over to me, they give me the elevator eyes, and then they look at me like, what's your purpose for flying? And I say, they're just asking, but what is your purpose for flying? What's your 12 for being coming there? See, I'm a yeshiva guy going into Zman. Once you say that, just like every athlete, there is something that they could eat, there's something that they can't eat. Every professional doctor, there's things that they do, there's something that they don't. As a yeshiva guy, there's certain things that we identify with that we are going to do, there's something that we're never going to do. Sure, there's a crowd that we hang out with, and so on and so forth. And I've got many stories, but I'll tell you guys all later. That's for another time, about a lot of these interactions. And so, in order to exercise Bechira, we're going to need both. Because a guf by itself is a meaningless machine, and the neshama by itself is never able to exercise its toelis. Shkaf.